Good evening, everyone. Something I'd just like to share with everyone that I've been thinking about, and I've had a discussion this evening with someone else, and we've had a little chat. It gets the old brain cells at the back going, and basically, we can all surmise on the eject. We all, like David Icke said, if you know the destination, you'll see the journey. Well, I know the destination, but there's a couple of different journeys that they could be. There's more than one route they could be going on to get to the final destination. So it's a little bit of a mind fuck, so to speak. But basically, first of all, they say there's no fuel shortage. It's just a delivery shortage, meaning there's not enough delivery drivers because they've all gone back to what, Poland or back to Eastern Europe. A lot of drivers. I don't believe there was that many Polish drivers working in the UK as tanker drivers. Most of them were unskilled workers that came to the UK, and there is still European lorry drivers that travel to the UK as normal, but they are European drivers driving their Polish lorries. But the other thing is, all through this so-called plandemic, we've had fuel. People say, well, we weren't driving, so we had an abundance of fuel, blah, blah. Yeah, fair enough. But for the last how many months, all through the summer, we've had no issues with deliveries of fuel and all the rest of it. Then all of a sudden, we have this sudden fuel shortage, which we only know about because the media tell us. Well, why did they even bother telling us anyway? If it's because we're creating it because we're all panic buying and going nuts, bearing in mind most people haven't got any money anyway, so they can't buy too much fuel. So there's that. Then there's the fact that now Alex Johnson is saying that, oh, it's all becoming back together and things should be back to normal within the next few days at the end of the week. How do you know that? What, have you suddenly got all these miracle drivers turned up, even though the European drivers said no, we're not coming to the UK? Fuck you, UK. That's what they've basically said to us. So I come on to this little discussion I've had this evening. There's been no fuel shortage. There's been UK lorry drivers that have said, well, everything seems normal. We've got the same amount of drivers going in and out, tanker drivers, and everything seems the same. It's all part of the agenda. And it seems, from the discussion I've had this evening, that this has been like a test. This has been like the government have just played out a little test so that they can find out what the logistics would be, how they would react, blah 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 blah, how we would react, what would happen for something that they're going to create later on. And we're going to have a food shortage. Boris Johnson says, well, there'll be no food shortage. We're going to have a food shortage. If you can say there isn't enough lorry drivers to deliver fuel, there isn't going to be enough lorry drivers to deliver food, is there? What do we rely on more? Filling up our cars or food? It's food, isn't it? Maybe they've spent maybe they've used up all of our fuel. Now we're out of Brexit. They had a big stockpile of it after Brexit ready, and they've just used it all distributing this toxic injection to everyone. Maybe that's where it's gone. Maybe the NHS have used all the fuel, and the police trying to enforce this unlawful satanic lockdown. Maybe, I don't know. But things definitely aren't as the media like to portray.